Welcome once more. In some ways, this video is not needed. All it contains is a new set of calculations that drives home the already well-established idea that positive alpha is strongly associated with low CAPM beta. In the last video, I set up the portfolio construction method that will be used in the rest of the videos. The intention is to make things as simple as possible by dividing investment opportunities into two portfolios, one of high CAPM beta stocks and one of low CAPM beta stocks. The mathematics that describes this construction is the same whether the two portfolios contain 1,000 securities each or just one security each. A financial economist may know the difference, but the mathematical methods do not. What follows is some data analysis using two stock indices. The method is not completely rigorous, but in my opinion, it is good enough to make the point and then use as motivation for the new model that will be introduced in the next video. I acquired total return data for stocks from 1994 through 2019. The stocks were separated into 2-year intervals such that each stock had monthly return data for the entire 2 years. Then 2 stocks were randomly selected from the list to form a 2-stock index. Each stock was given a 50% weighting in the index. Portfolio weights were rebalanced each month. No transaction costs, taxes, or any other expense or market friction was included that would make the procedure more realistic. Neither was a risk-free rate included, making these calculations consistent with the market model. Then, using this 2-stock index as a benchmark, I calculated the usual statistics of mean return, standard deviation, correlation, CAPM beta, alpha, and Sharpe ratio for each of the 2 stocks and the index itself. Since the 2 stocks are randomly selected, they might both be low CAPM beta stocks, high CAPM beta stocks, one of each, or have some other likely or unlikely combination of attributes. The important point is that whatever attributes they may have when compared to a large index, those attributes might change when compared to one another, or not. The procedure was repeated 5,000 times for each 2-year period. Note that for each pair there are 3 portfolios to observe: the low CAPM beta portfolio, the high CAPM beta portfolio, and the market portfolio, although they are hardly portfolios since there is only 1 stock in each portfolio, with 2 stocks in the index portfolio. According to CAPM in efficient markets, the probability of positive alpha for a given portfolio in this construction is 50%. Also, remember it was said in the last video that in a generally falling market, the order of expected Sharpe ratios reverses. The sign of expected alpha also reverses in a falling market. The outcomes of the 5,000 randomly constructed 2-stock portfolios were tabulated concerning alpha, CAPM beta, and Sharpe ratios for each time period. Here are the results. The first line is simply the number of pairs. For each period it should be 5,000 pairs, but occasionally a stock was randomly matched with itself and dropped out. The next line reports how many times the low CAPM beta portfolio had a positive alpha, followed by the percent of times the low CAPM beta portfolio had a positive alpha. Then we have the average alpha of the low CAPM beta portfolios. Then we have the average CAPM beta of the low CAPM beta portfolios. The last line of the first section is the average market return. In the next section, the number of times various Sharpe ratio orders were recorded. Low market high on the left means the low CAPM beta portfolio has the highest Sharpe ratio, followed by the market portfolio, then the high CAPM beta portfolio. Likewise, low high market means the low CAPM beta portfolio has the highest Sharpe ratio, followed by the high CAPM beta portfolio, followed by the market portfolio, and so on. Finally, the last section is the percent of time the various Sharpe ratio orders appeared rather than the number of times. Notice the high number of positive alphas in low CAPM beta portfolios in a rising market, and the one strongly negative alpha occurs in a falling market in the last column on the right. This is a prediction of the model to come. The volatility effect is also visible in Sharpe ratios, but not as strongly as what we see for alphas. This is a second prediction of the model to come. By the way, I have done a similar procedure for 60 stock indices with equal weights and random weights, where the random weights came from an exponential distribution. The same pattern emerges. To study the table in detail, you will need to stop the video. The graph on the right shows that the magnitude of alpha appears to be linearly associated with the magnitude of the average monthly market returns. The data for the graph is on the left. 3 of the observations do not fit very well with the overall pattern. 1998 through 99, 2008 through 2009, and 2014 through 2015. The first two of these time periods had unusual price dynamics. If these observations are removed, the remaining observations clearly fall close to a line, as seen on the right. It will turn out that if the parameters of the model are stable from one period to the next, then the expected alpha of one period will be on the same line as the expected alpha of the next period. It is a third prediction of the model. However, anyone can make a model fit by ignoring inconvenient observations, which means those three observations need to be explained. For the time being, I'm going to pretend I didn't notice and just get on with it. This issue is revisited in video 27. In any given 2-year period, it is certainly possible that low CAPM beta stocks have a higher alpha than high CAPM beta stocks. There would be nothing interesting in such an observation. But given the method of portfolio construction and the high frequency of the volatility effect in multiple time periods, it is unlikely that the cause is anything subtle. It must be obvious to be this frequent. Yet, as we have seen, there has been an enormous amount of unsuccessful effort over the past 50 years or so to explain it. It is not obvious. We need to try something new.